Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day, where we're covering Adventure Comics 110. The Farmer Takes It Easy, which sounds way more insulting than what this story is about, especially for it being in the 40s, where that would kind of be an insult, because farmers are proud about the amount of labor they do, right? Right? That is like an American moral about hard work. But that's not what the story is about. The story is also mired in the problem that has started up in the Superboy comics. I really liked when they were 7 pages because, well, it didn't have a lot of fat on it, and it kept Superman, or Superboy in this instance, from being repetitive. And now that we have 3 extra pages, things are repetitive. Now, most Superman stories or Superboy stories are repetitive in nature. He's going to save the day, and they follow kind of the same structure. But what I mean by repetitive is him essentially doing some sort of feat, task, using his powers in some way that's not too different from the last way he did in the same issue. Seeing him do 1 or 2 things, maybe 3 is enough, but then seeing him do 4 or 5 of the same flavor is just unnecessary. It becomes very uninteresting the more you do it. So this story is all about Clark, who once again is a kid, or possibly a teen. It flips around, and depending on the artist on the issue, he looks anywhere between 9 to even 16, helping out a friend who can't go to school because there's too much work on the farm. They need the labor help, or else they're going to lose the farm. So to make sure he gets an education, Clark is going to do all the work for them. Now, there is, of course, a logical problem here. Even if he does all the work, there will be more work tomorrow, or eventually, that he would need to actually stop and continue to do that work. But whatever, Superboy's going to do all of it. So you have Superboy picking up large bales of hay and building fences, cutting wood. It's all the same flavor of feat. That's really impressive, that he can basically do the work of a team of men in seconds. That you don't really need the kids' help or spend all day. Actually, he probably completed what was days of work in a few hours, or not even an hour. So it's a very simplistic story. It's about him helping someone so they can get their education. I like that. I just wish it wasn't as many pages. I also should bring up, this story introduces a new reporter character. His name is Joe. He wants to write stories on Superboy. He is sort of like a foil, kind of. I wouldn't say he's really antagonizing Superboy, but he kind of wants to report on Superboy and do interviews with him. And he appears for the next 2 or 3 issues before the comic just seems to not have anything for him to do. If anything, he just kind of sets Clark in on asking the child what's wrong with him. So so far he's really unnecessary, which is kind of comes the problem. They don't really figure out how to use him in any sort of way. It's also just a bad reporter. He couldn't get an interview with Superboy. He just flies away. But I guess it's trying to introduce the idea that Clark wants to be a reporter, which they don't need, and they figure that out pretty quickly by just having him work for the school's newspaper. Okay, that is it from Adventure Comics 110. The Farmer Takes It Easy. The Farmer didn't really take it easy. I mean, you watch Superboy do a lot of things. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, hit the bell icon, notifications when a new video goes up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Fridays is Bat Friday, where I cover a Batman story, either Detective Comics or Batman. And until next time, let's ponder the question, whatever did happen to the Man of Tomorrow? Or the Boy of Tomorrow? And is Superboy just going to continue to do work on this farm when that comes up? Or else the kid's going to have to go back to work and quit school? Okay, have a great day.